Hi, this is how our cities look like. Us trying to get as fast as we can to the places we want to go. Ending up in situations like this with traffic, getting more stressed, and stop living the city the way we want to. We live in a society where we have the mobility pyramid inverted. This is how it should look. Walking first, cycling and micro mobility next, public transport, shared cars and shared ride, then private cars. She's talking about the street. But it's completely invert. We have the pedestrians as the persons with less value than someone who drives a car. And this problematic lead to several problems such as insecurity, classism, and the division of the society. It shows the lack of empathy we have to the persons we don't know, but we coexist with. That's why I choose the lack of respect to the pedestrian and how it affects in our society to live with the mobility pyramid inverted because it's something we live with every single day. We think that going by our private car is safer, it's more comfortable, it will make us better. But after these facts, I want you to really, really think if that's true. 270,000 pedestrians are murdered. The inactivity is the fourth reason of mortality in the world. In USA, the physical activity went down for the 32% in the last 4 decades, and the 45% for China in the last two. Studies show that if a person of 70 years walks 50 minutes a day, it can reduce the risk of dying at 22% and reduce the probability of diseases like diabetes type 2, heart disease, and colon cancer to reduce. Uh, it also helps to make community. In Ireland, a study showed that in the walkable districts, the persons who live there had 80% of social capital than the persons who live in areas that depend on a car. We have this amazing example that the fact that persons start transiting more by foot helps local businesses and improve the economy of the place, and New York is a big example of that. This is clearly a problem that all society have to face because the streets are made right now for male persons around the 25 years that have all the faculties that doesn't matter how the state of the sidewalk is, they are going to be able to get to their destination without a problem. A real good uh, journey, if you can tell like that, is the one that you could go from point A to B with no difficulties. And this is the person that can do it. Instead, we have the women, that the fact of being a woman makes you more vulnerable because of the security and how you feel in the street. Also, most of the disabilities are ignored and the streets don't offer them the tools to live without these complications. The fact that the society have put the cars as the most important step of the pyramid talk about the problem that the person with more money have more power, instead of being conscious that the simple fact that the pedestrian doesn't have a physical bubble, which is the structure of the car, makes them more vulnerable, and people doesn't understand the importance of being responsible. Letting pass a pedestrian to the other side of the sidewalk doesn't take you more than 30 seconds. Also, walking is the most ecological way to transport and is the most natural way to do it and the most accessible way. Most of the humans can walk but not not most of them can have a car. Also, it's known that a common wish is to have a car. We should make our rights heard, and instead of wishing a car, we should wish streets where we can be able to walk comfortably and feel secure. These kind of projects are the ones we should approve as a society. It's evident that we're not going to be able to take all the cars out the streets, but this type of projects propose the fast roads with bridges, which leads to the pedestrian down and being able to walk and get in the public transportation easier. Also, are safer for them. It's a way to solve the safety, and also the pedestrian bridges we have currently that are actually called anti-pedestrian bridges. Uh, are are just so unfair because if a pedestrian is tired from working, they are they are not going to be able to go like three floors up just to go to the other side of the streets because it's so unfair because it's they are tired, and this is a way to do it because the cars should go up and the pedestrians should have all the way down to get to the other side of the street. This is what the streets should look like. We should have the sidewalk of minimum 1.8 meters because the wheelchair have 90 90 centimeters. So if you have two wheelchairs going one each side, they should be able to pass through. Also, the cyclo where the cyclist should be able to ride without exposing themselves in the streets with the cars. The the elements of environmental comfort that are really important um, to the climate of the streets and the zebra crossing. This is what our sidewalks should have. These ones are called tactile prints that are for the visual disabled ones to know where the sidewalk ends and where it starts and the ways you can go. The street lights with sound also for the disabled visual. This one are important to know when to stop and when you can pass the street, right? This is really important for women especially. uh, these buttons are put in the street, and if you have any emergency you just press the button and the police will contact you by like that little speaker, and also the police will go to your direction or well where that SOS button is located. Also, we as society have to start using the public transportation because it's a more ecological way to do it, to transport literally. It's really important that us as a society start walking the streets that belong to us and start to take advantage of the rights we have and start living the city the way we want to. The fact that we start working and we as architect and government start making the cities with those characteristics I already said, and making public transportation um, efficient will have lots of results in our planet, talking environmentally. And as I said, it have a lot of advantages, like the economy, the social aspects, and walking literally doesn't cost anything. And we should start thinking about the city we already have experience, and we have taken a lot of that city, and it's the least we can do to 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 give something back to it. um, Also, it's our right, and we as citizens also have to take care of our city, and to to ask to the government the things we we should we should think, like all these kind of things, like the disabled tools uh, are going to help them a lot, and it's something that we are not currently doing, and there are a lot of people that really need it. And just as a fact, if a person change a, a long journey to a walk, their happiness is going to increase as if they have fallen in love. So start walking to feel happy.